American made, but like Chevrolet. My mama taught me wrong from right. I was born in the South. Sometimes I have a big mouth when I see something that I don't
This simple
like.
left line. Wasn't capable last time. This time he might be.
Oh my God!
Pressing. They have to double peek. He's getting his shot. He's hitting the other one. Simple.
Oh my God!
It's Simple yet again misses the shot this time. He turns around. He turns around. Sir, he was on the pistol. How does Simple win these?
He gets a shot on Apex. Jumping. Oh!
Simple!
The no scope! He didn't even... He had one bite on his mouth.
Could be really rough for Simple to actually get through this. He's going to throw the AWP in. Oh my God!
He's gonna get himself good towards him. One shot connecting. No! You can't do that!
Real gone. Real gone.
When gaming first came around, it was basic, pixelated art, single player, and analog computers that felt clunky and rough. But then, everything changed. Multiplayer meant StarCraft in Korea and Halo in the US, and then Counter-Strike, a game that would redefine competition. It wasn't just about aim, it was about mind games, timing, and nerves of steel, almost like 3D chess. Over time, players rose and dynasties formed, but with every version of the game, from 1.6 to Counter-Strike 2, there is one name that started as a whisper, then an echo, and finally, a roar. Simple. Born Alexander Kostelev in Ukraine, he wasn't supposed to be here. Not in the headlines, not on the stage, because from the start, the odds weren't in his favor. He grew up in a post-Soviet city, surrounded by uncertainty and systems that weren't built for dreamers. But as a kid, he would be introduced to Counter-Strike through his older brother. And it didn't take long before he would spend every waking hour of his free time at the local LAN cafes. Counter-Strike 1.6 became his first love, but when Global Offensive dropped, he didn't just switch games, he turned into a prodigy. Only a year after he played CSGO for the first time, he would start playing professionally for Courage Gaming. But just as his career had begun, it was shut down. Simple would receive a ESL ban in 2013 for using cheats. He would try to hide this by creating a new Steam account, but when Courage Gaming tried to qualify for the EMS1 Katowice 2014 major, Simple would perform incredibly well, and after a simple background check, admins would link him to his old account, thus disqualifying his team and adding 2 years to his ban. But he wouldn't give up. In 2014, Courage Gaming would win Pro Series, and the next day, Simple would wake up to an invite to Hell Races, a step into the highest echelon of Counter-Strike. They would agree on using stand-ins during ESL events as he was banned, which just goes to show the undeniable talent Simple had for a tier 1 team to take a risk on him when he couldn't even play all events. But here's the thing, being great doesn't mean being ready. He was young, cocky, and temperamental, and in a scene where teamwork is everything, Simple was a solo act with a chip on his shoulder. And 6 months later, he would leave Hell Races and go to Flipside Tactics, citing team conflicts and behavioral issues, which would be a recurring problem throughout his early career. Flipside would perform poorly, and only after 2 months, Simple would again be released because of team conflicts. And it was around this time, Simple would start to gain a reputation for being a toxic teammate with incredible talent. And it seemed like no one would be able to control his behavior, as he would during this period jump teams often, and it looked like he would just burn out and never get the chance to reach his potential. But just when things seemed lost, an offer would come through the mail. Team Liquid, a North American organization, wanted to take a gamble on the young talent, believing with the right coaching, team environment, and maturity, he could become a superstar. Liquid wanted to invest in that future and build a team around such a high-ceiling player. And just around the corner was the MLG 2016 Major, where Team Liquid would shock the world by entering the semi-finals as the first North American team ever. And they would go all the way to the semi-finals, where they were up 15-9 on Mirage. They seemed destined to go into the finals, but fate wouldn't have it that way.
In this spot before, the same spot but with much more utility to work with. Here he comes once.
Now it's over.
What the fuck?
And Team Liquid would choke losing 10 rounds in a row and the next map, devastating the whole team. And Simple, they would never perform at this level again, and on a trip home to Ukraine, Simple would announce that he couldn't live this far away from friends and family, thus making him look for a new team. But before he left, he gave Team Liquid a parting gift, creating his iconic graffiti moment. And then came the moment that changed everything. Na'Vi called. Natus Van Zer was a strong team featuring players like Guardian, but they weren't necessarily known for winning. And just after Simple joined, they would win ESL 1 New York. But again, his toxicity forced Na'Vi to bench him only after 3 months, as he was showing maturity issues, and Na'Vi wanted the stability that their old roster had. 3 months later, the team would call Simple up again, but this time, it would be different. Na'Vi now believed in his talent, so much so that they were willing to build a team around Simple. Instead of their slow tactical style they were known for, they would now shift to giving Simple space to be aggressive. They brought in Susan Electronic to try and balance it out, and during this year, they found their footing. Going into 2018, they would be unstoppable. But before I tell you about this unstoppable season, go subscribe, as I'm trying to reach 5,000 subs before the end of the year. Thank you. They would win Star Series I-League Season 5, Cisco Asia Championships 2018, and ESL Cologne, cementing their dominance. During this era, Simple was so good that teams would create entire anti-Simple strategies to win the games, because if you killed Simple, you would probably win the round. Just look at this Astralis clip from this time, where they notice it's Simple and he just turn around and run away. And mind you, this is the Astralis that won 4 majors, which is just crazy. And with the upcoming Face It London Major in 2018, many believed that this would be Simple's chance to finally become a major winner and thus a legend. They would go all the way to the finals, but would face up against Prime Astralis.
Surely he's going to get taken out. Oh, there's a gift. He can pick up an AK. This might not be over yet. There's no kit. No, they've got to go fast. Simple, the second one. They have to keep going. They've got to charge forward. He misses the jump. Flamey now with the 570. He's baiting. The player on short B is red. Touching the bomb. Are they going to peek? Holding it now. And there is it. It's just down to Flamey.
Losing 2-0 in the finals. Because around this time, it was not uncommon for Simple to play like a god right up until the finals, where he wouldn't be able to shake his nervousness. But even without the major, he would still earn the title as the best Counter-Strike player of 2018. The next year, 2019, would be a slow year for Simple, but he would still become the second best player in Counter-Strike. Na'Vi would start strongly off, winning IEM Katowice 2020. And with the upcoming major in Rio that year, it looked like Simple would finally be able to become a major winning legend. But not long after, COVID hit the world and the major was cancelled due to health concerns. And again, Simple was so close to the major trophy and solidifying his legacy, just for it all to be taken away from him. The entire esports scene shifted to an online era, which Na'Vi struggled with at the start, but in 2021, they would come out swinging. They won DreamHack Masters Spring 2021, Star Ladder CIS 2021, and as one of their first lands after COVID, they would dominate IEM Cologne 2021, and they would win ESL Pro League 2021. This era of Na'Vi was unstoppable. Every tournament they entered, they simply just won. And by winning these 4 tournaments back to back, it meant that they won the Untold Grand Slam. But even though these wins were incredible for Simple, he had done this before. And with this newfound form, Na'Vi would enter the PGL Major in Stockholm with one goal: win it all, no matter the cost. They would win the group stage easily.
Oh, they're going to go for the knife as well.
Oh, and it's the young boy. He's got his wings.
And as they entered the quarterfinals against Saiwoo's Vitality, it looked like the unstoppable force versus the immovable object.
Do we have any Na'Vi fans in the house tonight? Do we have any Vitality fans in the house?
At halftime, it was 7-8. Both Simple and Saiwoo was at the top of their game, but something changed as they switched side, and Na'Vi would win the next 8 rounds, crushing Vitality's hope of winning the match.
22 and counting, and a spray for 3. Oh, we make it 4. That's beautiful. And that's a nail in the coffin.
closing it out 4 rounds after. The next map was Navi's pick Nuke, a map they'd become quite strong at, but at halftime it was 6-9. Simple had a terrible T side. They were starting to look shaky. By losing this match, it would eradicate their lead and give Vitality a much needed momentum boost. But Simple would go crazy.
Whole French squad, and it won't cut it, but Simple will slices through. There's a third.
4 of them here. Oh,
Well, a little run boost for... Oh, there's more to come, Chad, the nade. And he does swallow the flash, but he's got Bit to support him! And he takes 2 with the 1! Apex is deleted.
14 kills and 2 deaths on CT's side would be too much for Vitality, and Navi would win 16-13, putting them into the semi-finals. But this match would be just as hard. They were facing Gambit, the organization that had bullied them during the online era, their hardest rival. But something had changed in Simple. He wasn't the toxic talent who couldn't control himself anymore. He had matured into a leader, a star his own team could follow. He wouldn't freak out if his teammates wasn't performing. He would pick them back up, and this is why Navi could dominate. In the series, Gambit only won 11 rounds in total, getting completely destroyed, with Simple dropping 50 kills and a 1.87 rating, arguably one of the greatest matches ever for Simple.
To the bomb, Shiro's on the other side of it though. No mollies or HEs to get rid of this guy. They're gonna have to go in here and do it point blank. Shiro looking for the spray.
Oh, no.
Not like this. Movement gets denied. And they're running out of time. Simple, of course, he has to get the knife, but that's not gonna get them the round.
This meant he was back in a grand final of a major. He had been here before against the unstoppable Astralis, but this time it was against the Nico-led G2, a veteran player like Simple who also didn't have a major win. A legendary clash between legends in the scene, a Messi versus Ronaldo scenario, and the game would become legendary. G2 picked Ancient, and at the halftime it was 7-8 in Navi's favor, with both teams trading blows.
Keep your eyes on Perfecto and Simple. The hard clear, the big fight there and straight through the corner. 3, 4 from Simple. This is his world. We're just living in it.
But Simple's terrorist side is terrifying, and he pushed Navi to 14-10. But so was G2, and the nerves was at an all-time high.
Oh, Amanek, this is such a big frag for you. Not known to be the world's best on the AWP, but he's found him. Only Simple can save them. Hunter's already on the side and Simple's pushed up. They're gonna clear him. His own judgment.
he didn't
Hunt
look.
didn't clear.
He didn't look. He didn't look.
Amanek, can you really do it again? He's hyper aware.
Oh!
He's got to
Pushing
push
forward,
this.
he's got
He
a
can
one-on-one.
isolate. It's a one-on-one, a duel, and he's lost it. But a 1v2, the bomb is ticking. And that's the end of that.
Map 1 was done, and Navi had won G2's own map pick, and now the major could be determined by Navi, a scenario Simple had never been in before. But G2 is determined to fight back. They win the pistol round, and at halftime it's 10-5, a scary score to be at, and soon after it's 15-10, only 1 round away for G2 to put the match into the third map, snatching Navi's lead away. Navi fight back and put it at 15-12, but it's now a 2v2, and then the unthinkable happens.
And it's Simple and Bit. Times it to perfection. And Simple sitting. No! Disaster! An absolute disaster!
That was it.
That was
the game.
it, Chad. That was it. Mirage was 1 click away. Oh my!
By some miracle, Nico, a player known for his incredible deagle plays, sneaks up behind Simple. He looks at him and misses the headshot by only a few pixels, giving Simple just enough time to turn around and kill him, thus winning the round. The momentum shifted and Navi started winning rounds. History was unfolding before the audience's eyes, but Nico had one final ace up his sleeve.
Anything left? A stylish one out of Perfecto, Nico. He's going to be pushed to OT, or can he claw something out? The tap! 2 to go! Has to react to that door. Simple swings it open. He's got the bomb in his hands. He has to plant. Simple finds him, and we go overtime. Unbelievable scenes in the Avicii Arena.
Simple, visually nervous, enters overtime, with his major winning dream closer than ever before. They grab the lead, and they're only 1 round away from winning it all. They enter B side with Nico holding the side.
30 seconds. Nico looking to activate, takes all three! He wants to go again! And so does Electronic, but that's surely it! G2 return the favor and we go overtime number 2.
Both sides were fighting like their life depended on it, and it was now double overtime in a major grand final. The two teams go head to head, each winning rounds.
Everything's in the balance and there's the bomb drop! Amanek does it all for G2! Unbelievable scenes! He's kept him honest, but they are swarming into his sight, but he's got Hunter to rely upon. Caught out now, and they know where he is. Na'Vi with a response.
Smokey had the timing on this. They're coming in.
This is fast from Na'Vi, bursting into the site, and already the bodies are dropping. G2 needs something. Simple denies, and 20 is found. G2 disintegrate.
Na'Vi push ahead and is at match point. Simple is now 1 round away from his dream. 7 years of blood, sweat and tears. But he knows better than everybody here that it can all slip out of your hands in an instant. Could he do it this time?
Look how much it means to them. They are minutes away from realizing a lifelong dream. Simple dedicated his whole life. Every player on Na'Vi dedicated their life and all of their free time to this video game, and now to do what oh so few have done. Oh, Nico swallows 2, but he still hands a headshot out.
And the cavalry are coming, the smoke's been played, and Simple is here, he's taken out Jax.
Has already found a frag on this low HP. He need another though.
10 seconds,
That's
neither
the
plan. That's
oh
the
no!
bomb. That's
It's
the
falling
bomb.
apart!
That's gonna be
it's
it!
only Nico, there's no time! He just has to watch that clock tick down! This is it! Na'Vi have taken the major!
He had done it. 7 years of hard work had finally paid off, and he was now undoubtedly the greatest Counter-Strike player the game had ever seen. With all the accolades to show for it, he would be named the Player of the Year at the Half-Life TV Awards, solidifying this season as his greatest. Na'Vi had won 100% of all the events they entered, and 2021 would be named the Na'Vi era. Simple would continue his dominance throughout 2022 and earn the AWP of the Year and the Player of the Year at the Half-Life TV Awards. Although he'd be less active over the next years, getting loaned to Team Falcons, he has now entered pro play again with FaZe Clan, a controversial move to try and give FaZe Clan the final push to be able to win the major in Austin, which will be incredibly interesting to watch unfold. But no matter the outcome, Simple will go down in history as the greatest player to touch Counter-Strike, an unbeatable legacy. If you like this video, you would probably like this video too, where I dive into Simple's 2018 season, so go click this, I know you want to.